My mother-in-law puts me to work every time we visit, usually within 5 minutes of arriving. On Mother's Day, it happened the moment I walked in. Every time my husband, our toddler, and I visit my mother-in-law, she immediately puts me to work. This happens at least once a week. Mother's Day, just 2 months after losing our baby at 26 weeks, was particularly tough. As soon as I walked in, she diverted me from the rest of the family and put me to work building and installing dog gates for 45 minutes while everyone else started breakfast and celebrating. My husband was furious and let her know it wasn't cool. Even when I was pregnant, she gave me tasks like building shelves and climbing ladders, which I had to refuse at 5 months pregnant. It seemed obvious I couldn't do such tasks, but I still had to tell her. Previously, she would give these tasks to her ex, who is a carpenter, but he recently told her to stop asking him for tasks outside his expertise like tile work and electrical repairs. So, now the tasks fall on me and my sister-in-law, who genuinely doesn't mind. However, I feel taken advantage of and disrespected. I feel like just a baby maker and handyman for her. One day, she texted us, saying she needed our help building shelves, a kitchen table, replacing cabinet knobs, and planting seeds. I was fed up and didn't know what to do. She doesn't ask any other partners to do these tasks, and she knows I have a hard time saying no. My husband always tells her to stop putting me to work, but she tells me to keep it a secret from him. She even offers to watch my son while I do her tasks, which is not reciprocal. It's easier and more fun for me to stay at home with my son than to be put to work at her place. She is very active and fit, so it's not that she can't do these things herself. She just doesn't want to. She is also very petty and acts like a victim when confronted. I realized I am a people pleaser and needed to set boundaries. So, I decided to send her a text. I wrote, "Hi Mel, son is excited to hang out today. I'm bringing his swimsuit in case he wants to use the pool. Son and I are happy to help plant the pumpkin seeds for the garden. He will love that and be excited to watch them grow. However, I don't feel comfortable doing the knobs, shelves, and kitchen table. I want to come visit you, not just to do handiwork. I can give you a handyman's contact if you'd like, or I can bring my tools if you want to do the knobs yourself. Husband has mentioned before not to put me to work because I'm too much of a people pleaser. He sees how I can put myself in situations where I feel taken advantage of. It's been hurting my feelings to have a honey-do list every time I come over. I don't want to upset you, but I need to respect myself and set a boundary. Again, I'd love to do the pumpkin seeds as a family activity. Thank you for understanding, and see you at noon." After sending the text, I waited anxiously for her response. It was nerve-wracking because she tends to react emotionally. She finally responded. She thanked me for setting boundaries and assured me she could handle the handiwork herself. She mentioned she had already built the table and would take care of the shelves and knobs. It seemed like everything was resolved until I realized I had accidentally messaged the group chat with my sister-in-law, not just my mother-in-law. The kind response was from my sister-in-law. My actual mother-in-law's response came later. "Sorry you felt that way. I am so sorry." Although her response wasn't as encouraging as my sister-in-law's, I felt relieved that I had finally expressed my feelings. I knew it was a step toward respecting myself and setting necessary boundaries. This experience taught me the importance of standing up for myself, even in difficult family dynamics. Moving forward, I hope to maintain these boundaries and ensure our visits are about spending time together as a family, not about me being put to work. My mom blew up at me for not spending time with her after my surgery. Even though I've been really sick and overwhelmed with work, I had to get my gallbladder removed at the end of April. The surgery was supposed to be minor, and I thought I'd be back on my feet within a week. However, complications arose, and my recovery took much longer. I ended up being away from work for 3 weeks. Even after I returned, I couldn't stop vomiting and had to go back to the hospital twice more, the latest visit being just last week. During this time, my mom was getting increasingly angry with me. She wanted to attend every single doctor's appointment, but I told her no. She called me every day for over a month, during my recovery, while I was trying to sleep, at work, in meetings, and even late at night. Yesterday, everything came to a head. I had a follow-up appointment with my doctor after my most recent hospital stay. I hadn't told my mom about this last hospital visit, but did inform her that I was still feeling sick and needed to see a doctor. Because of work, I decided to make this a virtual appointment and informed her about it. She forgot it was virtual and texted me twice asking me to call her, thinking I was driving back to work. When she texted me the second time, I was still working, but I got worried that something might be wrong, so I called her. It turned out she just wanted to chat. I told her I was busy with a tight deadline, and she got mad and hung up on me. A few hours later, she started blowing up my phone, saying she didn't understand me, that I was selfish for not considering her feelings, and that I hadn't seen her since my surgery. She sent about 30 angry messages. I tried explaining once again that I can't talk while I'm working, but she insisted I should call anyway. I told her I haven't seen anyone because I've been sick. I'm floored that she's making this about herself. She wants me to call her today, but I'm still upset. This situation reminds me of how she used to take her frustrations out on me when I was a kid, both physically and verbally. She blames me for the distance between us, but the one time she attended therapy with me as a teenager, she got mad when the therapist called her out and wouldn't let me go back. Now, I'm stuck wondering what to say to calm her down. If I don't call her today, I feel like she'd blow up again, but I'm really upset and don't know what to say. Part of me wants to point out that she's being unreasonable, but I'm not sure trying to change her way of thinking at her age is going to happen. I'm looking for any advice that might help me navigate this situation.